All right, folks. So I'm going to talk to you folks about Usher's Versus EP that came out 10 years ago or so. This was based off the success of Raymond v. Raymond, which came out earlier that year, and it had a load of singles off of it, like "Oh My God" and "There Goes My Baby," and like I think there was like a song with Nicki Minaj on there that charted pretty high. Maybe "Monster" was one of them. But due to that success, they wound up doing like an EP of basically new material just to kind of keep the momentum and not have like another gap, kind of like what happened between Here I Stand and Raymond v. Raymond, and then especially Confessions and Here I Stand, which was 4 years in between that one. So it was good just to have that, but really I would normally say it was good to have that. I mean, it still is good to have that because Usher's talented and he's good at those type of this outgoing but driven songs about females. But really the EP is rather weak. I mean, I was surprised at how lackluster it was, just because a lot of musicians know how to make pretty significant R&B song or album cuts on an R&B album, and there really was a severe lack of that on this project. I mean, I feel like most people who are just trying to pick up this project anyways, you'd probably just say, well, it has two hit singles, especially DJ Got Us Falling in Love, which is probably the main reason why I think folks would be buying this. So I mean, that song alone is big enough. Just the fact that it hit number 4 or so on the Billboard 100. I mean, yeah, that's easily a purchase for an EP, I would say. But the main thing about it is that the rest of the project is, like I said, lackluster. And there was a second single, so they went further with it. And Hot Toddy with Jay-Z was the second single for that, and that's another hit. I mean, both of which sound like something you could hear on a dance floor, club, bar, something like that, just outgoing type stuff. And Jay Z delivered. I mean, that's the thing. It's really not too common that I hear Jay Z anymore. I mean, he's pretty elusive. He's pretty reclusive, and he just after like a certain point, maybe around like the time he was doing the Blueprint 3, he just really started limiting his guest verses. So the fact that Usher was able to be on a song with Jay Z. I mean, the fact of the matter is Usher has actually been in the game longer than Jay Z, at least officially. So that's kind of the situation there. I guess it's mutual respect, something like that. But yeah, that was a good verse. Jay Z nailed it, and it was a good second single. I mean, I think it didn't quite get to the top 10, but it got pretty close. So after that, that's where the project really runs out of steam, and that's just like the main thing. A lot of these just felt like maybe extra songs that were recorded that didn't quite make the cut, and it's simple enough to tell. I mean, it seemed like a waste of a Bun B verse on "Get in My Car." I don't know what vibes that song was trying to go for. "There Goes My Baby," which is actually the third best song on here, but you can already find it on Raymond v. Raymond. "Lay You Down" is trying to be like bedroom number, but I mean, I suppose working for besides that purpose, it doesn't really feel that effective. I mean, R&B artists do these type of songs, but they're just other than bedroom moments, it doesn't really have that much appeal for the song. So they're just slow songs that just kind of fall flat. They just don't have the energy. So, but you know, Lingerie was an almost song. That's definitely one that I felt like I wanted to talk about. I mean, that was the closest song to anything else on this project out of the 9 songs that I liked. It kind of had like a rock tinge to it, but I mean, I liked Usher singing on there, but I mean, it's probably going to take some getting used to. So when I score this, you'll see that that's probably the only other song besides the 2 singles I mentioned that were, in my opinion, worthwhile. "Love 'Em All" was kind of trying to be some of the stuff that Tayo Cruz does, and so was "Stranger" and "Somebody to Love." There's a lot of EDM, Europop type stuff, which was popular way back in 2010 and stuff, but uh, just for some reason I've listened to my share of EDM, and I know I can tell the ones that actually make you dance more so than are just lazy. You're just going through the motions with it. That's kind of the thing. I mean, a song like DJ God Has Fallen in Love, that's a prolific EDM song. Especially, Pitbull even noticed that because he was like a champion of that for a while. And that just has like a lot of good moments to go along with. Hot Toddy is an EDM. That just is, club R&B, something Trey Songs or Jeremiah would do, something like that. So, but yeah, there is EDM on this project, but it just kind of feels lukewarm, not too stellar. So I'm gonna give this album a 3 out of 10. I'm just gonna say, I mean, obviously, if you're just looking, I mean, the strength of the singles by themselves still make this almost worth the purchase. But you might want to save yourself just the extra $6 or $7 and just get the songs individually. That would seem like the thing to do. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the fact that the songs were just as popular as they were, some folks just are gonna say, "Screw it, I'm buying this." If they haven't, I'm talking to the sorts of folks who, just are unaware if they're gonna look into this. But yeah, so I would say the two songs, DJ God Has Fallen in Love, Hot Toddy, and then the song I was on the fence about, which I think will grow on me, is Lingerie. So out of 9, that's a third of the project. So it neatly, fittingly gets a 3 out of 10. The social score though will get like an 8. I'm gonna give it a high score just because the songs that I mean, there's 4 singles on this project if you count the Justin Bieber remix and then the song that was on Raymond v. Raymond. So there's actually 4. You'd think that it would be a blockbuster, but it was fair to put the Raymond v. Raymond song on there, but I do think there probably should have been like another hit song. But obviously 2 for an EP is still pretty good. So that's just the thing. But it just depends. I mean, if you're optimistic, then yes, this is a purchase. But if you're pessimistic, it's kind of like, well, obviously the thing about it is just that they're just are not album cuts. It's the biggest complaint that I really have about this project, but it's still the singles are of course good. I mean, you'll definitely it feels good to listen to those songs. So all right, subscribe for more fun. Yeah, those are some fun Usher songs in sorts. So all right.